How do you do, my movie peeps? Appreciate you clicking on this video. Let's talk some movie news. Some of the stuff we're going to be discussing here today, guys, is we got the announcement of Saw 11 along with its release date. We got a major update revolving the Spider-Man animated show coming to Disney+. So many ups and downs with this show. And we got James Gunn giving us a whole bunch of different little small updates concerning the DCU. Some I thought were worth mentioning. We're going to be talking about that along with so much more, so you guys know the drill. Leave your opinions down below with everything we discuss here today. But first, I wanted to go ahead and thank sponsor of today's video, and that is Jarritos. You know, I heard a rumor circling around the North Pole that the old Jolly Man has given up his previous soda in favor for a superior one. Maybe it's because Jarritos come in glass bottles, are made with real sugar, no high fructose corn syrup like a lot of other people. The Jolly Man just prefers something refreshing while he's delivering all those presents for you. And heck, even with the holiday season, there are 12 different flavors of Jarritos to choose from. You know, advent calendars, 12 days of Christmas, 12 days of Jarritos. That would make someone in your life very happy and feel special and loved. I know it, because if someone gave me a Jarrito, I'm chugging it and giving you a big hug for the holiday. So please, use the link in my description to locate where they're selling a pack of Jarritos near you. Usually located at your nearest Walmart or preferred grocery store. Just check out that link in the description. You'll not only be supporting my channel, but you'll be having a tasty beverage. Thank you again to Jarritos for sponsoring today's video. But with that now out of the way, let's dive into the movie news. Starting off here, you probably guys have started seeing it. The man, the guy in black and white is back, Kung Fu Panda. Oh man, I actually did not know there was this much love and hype for a new Kung Fu Panda movie. Like, I always knew it was a character that people enjoyed and they liked the movies, but the Kung Fu Panda 4 hype I've been seeing online is kind of wild. Well, today we got the announcement that tomorrow we will be receiving the brand new trailer for Kung Fu Panda 4, along with a plot synopsis and a reveal of some voice casting involved in the movie. So even though we had already kind of heard this plot, just to refresh your memory on what to expect tomorrow, they have it here. Kung Fu Panda 4 follows Po as he's chosen to become the spiritual leader and must choose a new dragon warrior. However, a new villain, Chameleon, wants to get Poe's Staff of Wisdom, which would give her the power to resummon all the master villains. It honestly sounded like an awesome plot. Not only are we having the transition of Poe going from, you know, the dragon warrior to now the spiritual leader, trying to find somebody to fill in his shoes, and he's gonna fight a villain that has these chameleon abilities to basically become the villain of the past 3 movies. And that does include Tai Lung, which seems to be confirmed to be part of the trailer tomorrow. That's got a lot of people hyped. This was also revealed to us through like a little video announcement with Jack Black calling Viola Davis, who's one of the voices for the chameleon. Since this villain has the ability to shapeshift, it looks like the voice will be changing for the villain throughout the course of the movie. One of those voices possibly being Awkwafina. I'm not gonna lie, there's been some internet backlash with Awkwafina being part of the movie. People just don't like her that much. I don't know why. But Ke Quan has also been added into the movie, and God, I am hoping he is the voice for the new Dragon Warrior. So we'll just wait to see for the trailer tomorrow, but that's some information that came out just to prep you for the trailer. Are you pumped? Something else I found a little bit exciting here. You guys know Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. We just had the trailer not too long ago. Well, a standee popped up in a movie theater that revealed to us a character Ghostbuster fans have been dying to see come back in the movies. This standee here, which I gotta say is pretty badass. I love when movie theaters do this. Heck, I feel like one day I need to do a video of just the coolest standees that have been around over time, because man, there have been some awesome ones. But here we have kind of like a holographic one of the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 coming out of the firehouse, while we get a look at some ghosts in the background. We have the main villain up top here in center. We have this new kind of weird worm-like ghost entity. This is creepy looking, but the one that drew a lot of Ghostbusters' attention is Slimer off to the right-hand side. Slimer, unfortunately, did not make a real presence in the last Ghostbuster movie. He was replaced by Muncher, which I do gotta say, I don't mind him. He was a nice, fun new addition, but nothing beats the classic personality of Slimer, and it's just kind of cool to see we got a confirmation he will be part of the movie. Hopefully that'll be the only nostalgia bait thing around this movie. It's okay to have cameos and references to previous things, but I'm hoping they're focusing on just giving us something cool. And I do think the new ice ghost villain they got coming out here in this new movie does seem pretty cool. So yeah, for my Ghostbuster fans, how do you feel that Slimer is essentially confirmed for the new movie? Does that get you pumped? And well, speaking of getting pumped here, I was just out and about doing some errands when my phone started buzzing late last night Because we got the confirmation, y'all. Saw 11 is officially happening. Oh, yeah, baby. It got revealed on social media. The game continues September 27th, 2024. In 10 months, we will be getting a brand new Saw movie. This feels like classic Saw. If you guys don't remember, when Saw was first coming out, this is what they did. They released one sequel every year for like 6 to 7 years straight. And man, it's just so nice to be hyped, excited, and pumped for the Saw world. You guys could go back to when we first got the announcement of Saw X. My excitement for this franchise was bare bottom low. I was literally saying the words, I don't care, we'll see how it goes, maybe another Saw movie could be fun. Like, I love this franchise, but after getting 3 lackluster sequels, I was kind of ready to tap out and join that crowd of, we don't need another Saw movie. After seeing Saw X, we need more Saw movies. Now, I'm saying that here while Saw 11 could completely suck, and it's happened before. We've gone from an amazing, great Saw movie to the next film just being utter trash. Saw 3D, I'm talking to you. But hopefully they pay a little bit of attention here. Now, some of the details that we got going on and what we can expect from Saw 11, because we don't got much information right now, is they did confirm to us we will be getting a whole new writing team involved. Josh Stolberg and Peter Goldfinger, who wrote the last 3 Saw movies, that's Jigsaw, Spiral, and Saw X. 3 Saw movies that I'm like, those feel completely different from one another, and they only hit the jackpot with the last one. They will not be returning to write this 3rd installment, which I think makes sense. They probably got a deal to write 3 movies, and this franchise is made on the cheapity cheap. To renegotiate contracts and do stuff like that probably would have cost them a pretty penny, but even though I love Saw X and what they did there, Spiral and Jigsaw are enough for me to be like, yeah, it's okay if those guys don't come back. No offense. Go make Sorority 2 like you tweeted out, Josh Stolberg. I'll watch that. I think even some people are going to be surprised to hear that the last 3 Saw movies were written by the same people, because again, I'm saying they feel so different from one another, which really just goes to show you how much of a difference the person in the directing chair can make on a movie. The only concrete things that we know is I still bet this will be some sort of prequel sequel where it does take place after the events of Saw X, but in the main timeline also takes place before Saw 3, because we know there's like a 6-month window of John Kramer still alive, and there was commentary on the recently released Saw X DVD that said they really want to bring back the villain Cecilia, which, yes, let's do that. But then I was also seeing other rumors and things going around that maybe John Kramer is officially done, that they feel like the last movie was his send-off, and although that sucks, I can understand. The man is not getting any younger, and why not let him go out on a super high note with Saw X? So really, if you want to make the next Saw movie kind of focus on Amanda Hoffman, please bring Hoffman back. We never really got to see much of their dynamic other than in flashbacks with like Saw 6. I would kind of love a movie of 2 Saw apprentices being in charge of a game, dealing with Cecilia, make sure she doesn't get close to John while he's on his deathbed. There could definitely be something there. So I'm game. I want to see this story. As long as you pay as much attention and heart that you did with the last movie, I know I'm gonna like Saw 11, but we'll wait and see. You guys hear that Saw 11 was confirmed. Does this make you excited? And where do you think the story should go? Bringing us here into the comic book world, starting off with Marvel, we recently had some announcements made on their animated TV show department. It looks like the other night they had an event where they invited a bunch of journalists and influencers to get a sneak peek at upcoming animated shows, things like X-Men 97, Spider-Man Freshman Year, and What If Season 2. At this event, they did reveal to us a brand new show that we did not know about, entitled The Eyes of Wakanda, which will be a show centered around the world of Wakanda and Black Panther. We do have like a bit of a description here of what the show will be, which says, throughout Wakanda history, brave warriors have been tasked to travel the world retrieving dangerous vibranium artifacts. This is their story. This is their story part of that description kind of gives me like Law and Order vibes, so maybe it'll be like almost an anthology show of different Wakanda warriors going out into the real world, retrieving vibranium that belongs to Wakanda, and then just the adventures that ensue from that. Yeah, I'm down to see how that goes. I just wish I could get a little bit more hype for the animated TV show that Disney Plus has been doing. I am curious about X-Men 97, but I'm not like that hyped for it. The only thing like actually giving me some semi-hope of hype is Spider-Man Freshman Year, and that's because it's Spider-Man. And well, speaking of Spider-Man Freshman Year, It is no longer called Spider-Man Freshman Year. At this event, they also revealed that there will be a title change for this show. Instead of it being called Spider-Man Freshman Year, it has been retitled to Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which I love that title. This name change makes a whole lot more sense, and I feel just like completely more disconnects it from the MCU, because I was mentioning there was some up and downs with this TV show. When we first heard about it and it was announced, it was saying it was canon to the MCU, that this was almost the origin story of Tom Holland's Spider-Man when he first got bit. It'll be an animated form and whatnot, but still I was like, yo, that's awesome. That's a great way to do that. Let's do that. That would be cool. And then we started seeing first looks of it and all these other characters that'll be involved, from Daredevil, Doctor Strange. He'll have 20 different suits. He'll have all his classic villains in there. We're like, this feels like a weird origin story for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And then that got recorrected. It's like, oh no, it's not gonna be Tom Holland's origin story. It's like a parallel universe where similar events happen, but instead of meeting Tony Stark and becoming his mentor, Peter Parker gets mentored by Norman Osborn this time around and goes through similar events. We're like, okay, I guess. Changing the title to just Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and now trying to stick to being its own independent thing, I'm game for it. I think it could be cool. I'm now much more interested. I know it's weird, just a title change, but this works better. It doesn't set that expectation that it's connected to Tom Holland anymore. But I toss it off to you guys. The Wakanda show, the new Spider-Man title. How you feeling about all that? Bringing us to some updates revolving the DC universe. James Gunn has been very active on the social media threads. It seems like that's where he likes to go to interact with fans and talk to them and update them on what's been going on with DC. Doesn't do much of that on Twitter now. And well, recently he's just been answering some questions, and I thought it's worth bringing up because it could give us an idea of what's coming in the DCU. So for one, there was a rumor speculating around that Kurt Russell might be cast as Jor-El, the father of Superman, in his movie, just because he kind of has that look. And this is where James Gunn responded, I just answered this to someone else, but no, love Kurt, and although the morals of Krypton are certainly different than ours, I'm not sure I see him as the first-time father of a newborn. Kind of giving us an idea of what we can expect from his version of Jor-El. You know, a lot of iconic people have played that role in the past. And a notable thing with them is Jor-El is usually always pictured as this old white or gray hair. I never really thought about it until James Gunn said it right now, but Jor-El is a first-time father. This is his first kid. Usually when you're a first-time father, it's like, oh, pretty young or semi-young comparatively. You don't really have the gray or white hair unless you have that kid much later in life. So there's a good chance we can expect Jor-El to be much younger version, maybe someone like in their late 30s or early 40s. Next thing here was some of the recent casting announcements, like his brother playing Maxwell Lord in the DC universe. People were just hounding James Gunn saying this doesn't feel like a standalone movie. It feels like a cameo fest, like it's just set up for the bigger DC universe. We want a standalone Superman movie. That's where James Gunn responds with every role that he's cast so far for Superman Legacy. None of these roles are cameos. He elaborates further by saying the whole point was it's not a large film. I mean, in terms of cast, it's normal for a single protagonist film to have other characters, much more unusual for them not to. And this is kind of where it led us to James Gunn ranting off with his idea and what he thinks the problem is with a lot of modern superhero movies is the deal with always putting cameos there. A fan responded with saying, finally, someone who treats characters more than just having a character appear on screen for 10 seconds to mark a checkbox, where James Gunn responds with, I call that cameo corn, except he didn't say corn, and it has been one of the worst elements of recent superhero films. If a character is in a film, they have to have a reason to be there story-wise. This is where people then started, you know, kind of getting on to him about like, yeah, but what about The Flash? You were praising that movie and it has like an entire scene dedicated to just cameos being flashed in your face for almost no real reason. And he elaborates a little further going, I don't mind actual cameos if it's a glimpse or a moment, an Easter egg. What bothers me is when they mangle an elephant story by shoehorning characters in. They aren't there because the story calls for it, but for some other reason. And which again, you know, there's so many people are doubting James Gunn, and not to say I don't have my doubts with James Gunn, like certainly the cast, the story direction, the way things are headed, I'm hesitant. I'm looking at that like, okay, that's not at all how I thought it should go, but I am gonna let him cook for now until Superman Legacy comes out and that movie just looks horrible, either from the trailers or the actual movie itself is just bad. Then I'll really start panicking as a DC fan going, oh man, this is not gonna go good. But the one thing that's like insane to me is that there are DC fans kind of hoping DC fails just so they can be like, told you James Gunn sucks. Like, why would you wish that for one of your favorite universes, the DC universe? So many people out there, anytime James Gunn says anything, they dissect his words, they analyze him, and they try to give him a gotcha moment. I'm like, why can't we just be hyped? Let's see the product first, and then let's see if we should worry about whether this is crap or not. Still, these are just some of the updates that we've been hearing so far. I toss it off to you guys with James Gunn talking about the DC Universe. What gets you excited, and what do you think about his comments? But that is all movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of my day to watch me talk some movie news. Don't be forgetting to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.